everyone to another segment of DIY Professionals. And today we will be speaking to none other than Carlene Dacres. Now, she is not just a budding entrepreneur, but she's also a guidance counselor and mother. She is just extraordinary. She's a singer, right? There are so many skills and abilities and talents of this young woman. And she's here today on 21 Professionals in 2021, just to share a tidbit of her journey in being an entrepreneur and what really sparked all of this. So, Carlene, if you were to describe yourself in one word, what would you describe yourself as?
Bubbly.
Bubbly. All right. All right. So tell me a little bit about your business. What is your business all about? Right? How did you get started in doing this? Right? Because you're a guidance counselor, and I know that when you even begin to share and then we go to the clippings to see all the different things that you're doing, everybody's gonna be like, huh? How did this happen? So tell us a little bit about your business.
Okay. So I think like a whole lot of people who have started doing things, DIYs, COVID. We talk about time and we talk about why we don't have time. If COVID has done nothing else for us, COVID has given us time to explore all of the things that even for me, I knew I had, but
Right.
I always said I don't have the time. So that part of me was kind of pushed under the rug.
Okay. Okay. All right. So what are you doing now so that you have had the time, right? What did you venture into?
All right. First, I started out by trying farming to see what I could grow. I love to read, but I found that I read and then I read off everything I had and I still had time. So
Okay.
I started out with sweet peppers and hot peppers and I started planting those. Felt so good when I saw them coming up. And then I started planting mango seed. So I went on YouTube and I looked how you plant a mango seed and I started planting mango seed, move from mango seed to apple seed, move from apple seed to pear seed, move from pear seed to orange seed, mandarin seed, lemon seed, you name it. So I have on my veranda a plethora of things that I have planted.
Mm-hmm.
So that is my little garden right there. And I have given away a lot of those things, given some to my family, and they have let them die. And I just felt crushed when they let them die. Because I mean, it's like you give birth, you know, and this is your baby. And I'm telling you, but so right now I have some, that's another area that I'm looking at where I can market because I have quite a number of lemon trees, quite a number of apple trees, and quite a number of mango trees right now.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. All right. And so you did the whole planting thing, right?
Right.
Did you sell any of these things, or was it just a lot of giving away that you did? Giving away. Okay. All right. So you moved from planting. Can you say you had
Right.
time and you were
Yes.
reading, then you
Yes.
went to planting. Then what did you go to next?
Then I went back to YouTube and I started looking at crafts because I like to make things, you know. So I started looking at craft and I saw something. I said, oh, this looks like something that I can do. And I started imitating what I saw on YouTube. And then my creative juices started to flow and I deviated from what I saw and I started creating some things on my own, like my groceries in a box, please. So I take home the box, I have the cardboard. So there I got the equipment. So that is how I started. And then I had some paints because, you know, when you're a mom, you have to have all of these things. So I had
Right.
poster paints, acrylics, and all of that. And I started painting and I started drawing and I started cutting out and yeah, and that's how it started.
Okay. So your business is called Gifted Hands, right? How did
Right.
that name come about?
I was in my bed one night
Mm-hmm.
and I read this book and that it could be linked to that. Ben Carson's Gifted Hands. Yes. And I was in my bed one night and I heard a voice say, call it Gifted Hands. So I call it Gifted Hands because my hands are gifted hands. you know, and I think that God has given me a blessing with which to bless other people like Ben Carson. So I decided that that would be the name that I called it.
Okay, okay. All right. So tell me, what has been some of the challenges for you in starting Gifting Hands? I know you started the whole process of doing the crafts because that was a love and just using the tidbits around you, but then you started selling your pieces. So what has been some of the challenges, even from just the initial stages of starting, even before you got the name or anything like that? What has been some of the challenges for you in starting this business?
Okay, so I wasn't sure where to source some of the things. For
Mhm.
instance, I started out with doing um, a mirror design.
Okay.
And when I did it, I took it to my family and my sister's workers. And they
Mm-hmm.
looked at it and they said, "Why, I love this. I want this one." And and my mom liked a particular one. I said, "I like this one." That one wasn't a problem. I could access that because I
Right,
have that
right.
at home. But for the
Mm-hmm.
mirrors now, I had no idea where to source the mirrors. So I would say to some of the persons that bought those from me, this was the peacock mirror, the first one, the one that is silver and black.
Okay.
And I said, if you can source the mirror, then I will make it for you at a discount. And that is what I did until I was able to source the mirror for it.
Okay. So what I'm hearing from you is that you are providing a product, but you are having some challenge. And in order to overcome that challenge, you solicit the help of your customers to help you in overcoming that obstacle.
Right,
Um,
right.
so what were some of the joyous points in starting this business? Because I know sometimes, especially as entrepreneurs, we kind of go through, oh my God, I wonder if this is going to work, the pain, the teething process. And we don't talk about the little triumphs, even as small as they may be, right? So what were some of the joyous moments for you while doing your Gifted Hands business?
I remember one person who bought the mirror from me. She sent me a little voice note. I will send it to you. But it said in essence, Miss Carlene, she called me Miss Carlene. She said, Miss Carlene, I love it. I love it. See, I put it up in my living room here. See, and she sent me a picture of it in her living room, and it looks so good. And I mean, I was like, oh my goodness, this is a bubbly moment. Yeah,
Right,
it
right.
looked good. Yeah, and I kept that picture. I have not deleted it, although my phone is running hot, freezing all the
Yes.
time, but running hot, yes. And I kept that because that was one of my wow moments. Because look at this house, it's right, and she's so proud of it. And even though I went on and I made another peacock, because she said to me, if you make any more peacock, because I just love this peacock from school days when I was going to school, because she said it took her back to school. And when the
Ah,
teacher asked them to make a peacock in school, so she said, if you make any more peacock, just tell me. And
mm-hmm.
even though I told her about it, that first one, her first love, she loved that one the
That
most.
one.
And for me, yes, that one has a special place in my heart because that is where it started.
And what I'm getting from you as well is that it did something for you when you saw it in our house. Because
Yeah.
when you have it in your hand, it looks good enough. But then
Yes.
there was this wow factor that happened when you saw it hanging on the wall in her house. Um, Tell me, do you regret anything in the process of starting your business that you look back and say, I think I would have done that just a little bit different?
I don't think so. Um, I don't regret anything. Because when you do something like this, it makes you part of history.
Okay,
Yeah. Because when you are gone, because none of us are here to stay, when
right,
you are
right.
gone, people have those things on their walls. If they
Mhm.
don't have them hung on the walls, they have the pictures. And so you become a part of history. You become a part of time. And that is good. I don't think I have any regrets. I would want to see it being more popular, and I'm working on that.
Oh,
I'm now on Instagram, which is like new for me. This is my
okay.
daughter's doing. I am not tech savvy.
Mhm.
um I think I have a little bit of fear of the digital media. Yeah,
Mhm.
but I'm overcoming that slowly. So I don't regret, because in that area I'm learning. I'm learning how much I can do. I'm learning to stretch myself. I'm learning that I every day I try to live the mantra that I have, which is my philosophy, Philippians 4 verse 13. I can do all things through Christ, which strengthens me. So
Right.
I think for me, this has all been a learning process. Um, I am really sorry about all of the persons that have lost their lives to COVID, and I'm thankful that I have not lost any of my family members.
Right. Right.
But COVID has given us a lot. It has caused a lot of us to look deep within. It has
Mhm.
caused a lot of us to recognize that there is something crying out for something more. It has caused a lot of us to become more attuned to our maker. And I think many times we look on the negative and we fail to look at the positive. And there are a lot of positives in this. In every negative, there is a positive. In every bad, there is something just for us to pick the lesson out of it that
Right.
was designed for us to learn.
Right, right, right. So you say out of the pandemic, it has had a lot of devastating effects on a lot of persons, but you believe that it has done some good for you in that it's given you time and also helped you to harness some of the skills that were lying dormant and even caused you to be able to have another stream of income.
Right, right.
Okay. All right. Tell me, how is the best way that persons can reach out to you if they wanted to get one of your pieces?
All right. So I am on Instagram, as was said before,
Hmm?
Gifted Hands. If you need to contact me, you can contact me through that route.
Okay, all right. I want to ask you though, because I never hear you talk about the baking. And why I talk about the baking is because I've had my own experience. The other day I forgot to ask you what it was. The only thing that
Cornflake cookies.
cornflake cookie, because that is what stood out to me. The cornflake on the outside, and then when I bite it, I was like chocolate on the inside. And even though I knew it was for the kids, I'm very sorry. I had to taste it because it looked very interesting. So tell me about the baking. It may not be your main thing that you're always doing, but tell me a little bit about it, because that's another skill that you have.
All right. So I love baking. Baking it calms me. Yes.
Mm,
And I like to see the joy on people's faces when they have what I bake.
mm-hmm.
So again, COVID time, yeah, and my daughter who keeps eating all the time, and and I always say she's weird. Her eating habits are weird. She doesn't eat everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember one of the first things that I tried her with that I thought she might like was the banana cake. She
Mm.
doesn't eat bananas, but the banana cake, she devours the banana cake,
Okay.
especially if it has chocolate chips in it.
Uh,
I've also done mango cake. I do fruit cakes at Christmas time, and my daughter loves cookies. My niece is practically next door. She loves cookies. So once they hear that I'm baking, wherever they are, they come running with the cornflakes cookies the other day. When I first made it, my daughter shared it with some friends,
mm-hmm.
and two boys. One of them said to me, no, both of them said to me, boy, this tastes good. One of them said to me, can you make some for me? Because they don't have the Jamaican accent. So,
Okay.
so they said, I will pay you, I'll pay you. And I said, you don't have to pay me. I'll just make some for you. So the other day, I made for them some of the cornflakes cookies. And my daughter said when she had it, it is my new all-time favorite cookies. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Trust me, guys. It was very good,
Thank
and you
you.
really have to solicit Carlene Dacres also for her baked products because they are good as well. I really would love for you to market that as well and even put it as mainstream for something that's a part of Gifted Hands, because Gifted Hands doesn't necessarily have to be only about household accessories but can also be baked products as well because they're really good. All right. So Guys, I know that you are very eager to see some of the work that Carlene Dacres has done in terms of gifted hands. And so we're going to go right to the videos and the pictures so you can see for yourself. Right, guys, I know that you are just awed by the pieces that you have just seen. And so remember to look for Carlene Dacres on Instagram, Gifted Hands, and reach out to her so that you can order your own accessories for your house. But Carlene, you are also a poet because I've heard some of your pieces, the poetry. She's awesome with words. Trust me, tell me a little bit about that. What is your inspiration? What gets you going to just write those awesome pieces? And are you looking to probably publish a book of poems that you have written? You know, what's in the future where that's concerned?
Oh my goodness. I am so ashamed at this point. You know from when said I wanted to do a book of poems. When I used to work at the bank, that's NCB, in 1992, and I left there in 1997 to go to college. So you know that's a long time. People don't try to guess my age. Um, so I would write for the managers of NCB, Jeffrey Cobham, Alison Martin, Jackie Murray, Annie Morris. All of these people were supervisors and managers in NCB, and I wrote poems for all of them. I don't know if they remember. I don't even know if I can find other poems. I know I can find some of them. And I recognized, I think when I was about 15, that's the time when I recognized that I had a gift. And it was reading a poem that really brought that out in me.
Yeah.
And so I would be in my bed, and the words just start flowing in my head. And when I started, I don't even remember if the church I used to attend before I came to New Life Worship Center, which is where I'm at now. I don't remember if I used to write poems then. Quite possibly, yeah. But it was very popular then, and people would always give me very good feedback from that. And I always said to myself, you know, I want to do. I actually want to be an author one day, you know. So I am not finished living. Yes.
Right, right,
So
right.
I am going to do that. And I come to church, I come to New Life, and I remember Pastor Steele had written a poem for Pastor Steele. So of course he knows that I can write poems. And so they called on me on Sunday and they told me what they wanted. And I find that this is another gift that God has blessed me with, and I'm grateful. Whatever the topic is, it doesn't matter what topic, I
Right.
can write on it. And I can write a poem in 10 minutes. And I know that that is a blessing. So, and
Mm,
I did one about love for a friend of mine. She's abroad. She called me and she said, listen, I need you to write a poem on love. It's Valentine's Day and I'm making this presentation. And I did that for her. And then another one from Florida called me and she said, we're talking about the Sunshine State in school and I have to do a presentation and I need you to do it. And I did
right.
that poem for her. So yeah, and I did one for Father's Day recently. It's on Facebook, New Life
Mhm.
service. It's on Facebook if anybody should want to listen to that one. So yeah.
Okay. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I really, really, really love what you're doing, right? And a lot of times we tend to put ourselves in a box. Oh, I am only a mother. Oh, I'm only in this particular profession. And we don't go outside of the box. We don't do anything else. We feel as if, my life is finished, right? A lot of times when we reach a certain age, we feel like, this is it for me. There's nothing else. But I love the fact of COVID giving you time to be able to express the other areas of your lives that probably is lying dormant. And, I just want to encourage you to continue, expand. I love the fact that you said, even though you're fearful of social media, you draw your daughter into it, and that speaks to of the support system and even us as entrepreneurs to overcome fear so that we can be able to market ourselves and market ourselves well.
Oh, I don't think I draw her into it. She draw me
So
into it.
that's the awesome thing about children, that they are so much of a tower of strength to us sometimes that we don't even realize. We are busy being mothers and they are busy teaching us things as well. So that is really awesome. Is there any last words you would like to leave with those that will be watching? Entrepreneurs, people who want to excel in life, don't know where to start. Is there any, bit of advice that you'd like to give to them?
Well, one of the things that I recognize is that in this technological age, it's important for us to learn. I mean, I have been hiding from certain things for a while until now I can't hide anymore. So it's a good idea. And all the things that somebody out there did not get to do, this is your time to do it. If you want to do that course, that technological course that will propel your business forward, go ahead and do it. There are many people out there that are willing to help, and some of them don't even charge. A lot of the services are free. All right. There is a lot that God has given us. A lot of us, like me, have buried it or had buried it for a while, but COVID has dug it up again. And like, like I believe I can do all things through Christ, so can you. And I think that all of us have a gift. It's just for us to spend the time, pray about it, and ask God to unearth that gift and to help us to embellish that gift and to make it perfect so that He will get the glory at the end of the day.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much, Carlene Dacres, for being a part of our session today on 21 professionals in 2021. So, guys, you heard it from Carlene. Ensure that you are trying to harness what it is that you have lying dormant. Don't think that you can't do it, but you can do all things through Christ that strengthens you. So, until next time, this is your DIY professional saying that you can do it because it's time to become the best version of you. Until next time, bye.
Bye.